defraudar, no corre tras de ti. Espero que mi orgullo sea tan fuerte como el tuyo lo es. Espero que mi piel no te empiece a extrañar. Espero que mis ojos no te empiecen a llorar. Espero estar haciendo lo correcto. Espero no fallar en el intento de quererte olvidar. Espero que no me invada el miedo. Espero ser tan firme como lo eres tú. Espero que un año se pase volando. Espero no empiece a extrañarte tanto. Espero que no me vuelva un ciego y que pueda mirar la amarga realidad. Espero que mis labios no te nombren a diario. Espero que otro amor me toque el corazón. No quiero retractarme de haber perdido a alguien que no me daba amor. Y somos Grupo Asalto. Espero que no me invada el miedo. Espero ser tan firme como lo eres tú. Espero que un año se pase volando. Espero y no empiece a extrañarte tanto. Espero que no me vuelva un ciego y que pueda mirar la amarga realidad. Espero que mis labios no te nombren a diario. Espero que otro amor me toque el corazón. No quiero retractarme de haber perdido a alguien que no me daba amor. Espero. Y somos Grupo Asalto.
Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
No pre-planning, no chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
And we are live. Guys, bear with me. It's because I'm nervous because the producer has changed the studio around. I don't even recognize this place anymore, man. It's
Eddie.
It's kind of weird, Eddie. Looks good though. Looks good. Hey, no, what I was saying was, if you guys didn't see the video right there, the video was super crazy because I told Jordan, how long did he have to scrub his neck after wearing all that jewelry he had on his neck? Diamonds y la chingada tenía on the video. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, live here from the studio here in San Antonio, Texas. I got some good friends, some guys that I go way back with, both of them, to be honest with you. I go back with them, and it's going to be a very interesting show. We got a lot of surprises for you. We got a lot of updates. A lot of new things are buzzing in Tejano music. I got something big in the works, so I can't wait to share that with you guys this evening. So again, the show is absolutely free, man. We only ask you to do one thing, and that's to help the show grow. And the way you can help the show grow is by sharing it, whether you're watching on YouTube whether you're watching on Facebook, all you got to do is hit the share, man. Maybe somebody, one of your friends that doesn't know who Bumper is or Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, they come across it and they might dig the show and we get a brand new fan. If you guys could do that for me, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, welcome to the show. You're in for, an interesting night, to say the least. Jordan, I'm gonna tell him what I wanted to do, but you pussed out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you really didn't. I think I had you sold, but Sober over here, he wasn't sold, right? So what I wanted to do,
make his tattoo.
no. So what I wanted to do, guys, I wanted to start the show like this. He thinks that I wasn't going to do it, but I wanted to start the show like the Mexican OT and, you know what I mean, get going. But Jordan said, nah.
You're going to scare people.
He wanted foil paper for his nipples and all kinds of stuff. So I said, all right, dude, we'll go
Just
with
put one of those covers from the gum.
We'll go with that.
Just stick the gum on there.
Hell yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. We do in-depth interviews with the brand new artists in Tejano music, existing artists in Tejano music, legends in Tejano music, just anybody and everything to do with Tejano music. This is your place to be right here at Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. Make sure you tell a friend. So without further ado, my guest tonight, I have two guests, but our guest, we got the show after. He's got his name on the show tonight, is a friend of mine, all the way, guys, from West Texas, a little town called Snyder, Texas. Our good friend, Mr. Jordan Rodriguez. What's up, dog?
Nothing, dog. Chilling. Happy to be here. I've been silent for a little bit, so it's good to be back, man. It's been a while since I've even been in San Antonio. And so it's good, man. Thank you for having me on the show tonight. I brought, Johnny along with me. Johnny's been doing some stuff with Grupo Asalto since September of last year, right, Johnny? Yeah, September, man. September. Juan went into labor with the baby, and I needed an animador, and I called up Johnny, and
you needed a what?
Animador.
That's one word in Spanish that I can't say.
Animador.
I can't do it.
Say it, Johnny. Say it.
Animador.
Animador.
There you go.
Hey!
So
there we go.
So Johnny came through for me like in the matter of like hour and a half, and
that's a funny story too.
It is, man. And so Juan, him and Alexis, they had their first baby.
Congratulations, Juan.
And so shout out to my brother there at the house, man. And so Johnny came in. He started helping us out. And after that, we kind of just kept going. Me and Johnny talked it out, and we have an agreement on how we do things with him being with Asalto. Mm-hmm. And it's been a blessing to have him. And what sucks is that me being the lead singer for the band, I don't even want to sing anymore, because once you hear this guy sing, it's like,
oh, hey, bro,
why do you even want a mic in front of you?
So you did you did your intro for Johnny. Now I'll do the intro for Johnny, right? So
let's hear it.
Johnny for me is one of the top animadores. Yeah, 2 in a row, baby.
He is.
No, he's in my top 3. See,
Animador.
He's in my top 3, and the reason I say that is because I always go back to this story. I go back to a story where I walk into Cowboys Dance Hall here in San Antonio, and Checo was he was sick for Grupo Signo, so I knew that, and I knew he wasn't going to be at the show, but I was like, I wonder who's going to pick up the slack with Signo, who's going to pick up the slack to do that thing. And then when I see this dude pop up, but here's where it gets interesting for the people watching. You don't know Johnny over here, Johnny. See what that does?
I know.
And the screen messes you up. Yeah. All right. So me and my wife walk in. I said, babe, that's so. I always call him so. That's what I always call you, right? I said, Johnny's up there on stage with Signal. Bro, you would have thought that this guy right here had been with Grupo Signal for 15 years. Every song, he knew what every song was coming up. Hey, so let me ask you, do you practice that? Or do you just go off the set list and you're like, hey, I'm going to go off what I remember?
We toured with Signo when I was with Vision. We toured with Signo for like 3 years, but we last toured with Signo in the end of 2017. So they've already recorded a ton of songs in the past 6 years. So when I did this show, I think it was December of 22. Yeah, December of 22. They already had a new set list and everything. And Jesse didn't put out a set list for me to go by. I didn't have anything on the floor. It was just listen and go.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Listen and go, yeah.
So when I saw your Cowboys, come on, bro, neta.
Neta.
You didn't have nothing to go by.
Nothing.
So you already had all the songs memorized.
Well,
like the beginnings of the songs.
The intros, yeah, the intros. I mean, I'm a Signo fan too, so the intros, okay, I know what song's coming up. So
hey, that even makes it even better, the story. So I walk up, somebody's up there, and he's getting down, and me and my wife are I'm looking at her, she's thinking, I'm like, wow. If people don't know, man, the
Animador.
Right. That guy right there makes the band, bro. Like he carries the show. Without one of those guys, you could be the best band, but it could be kind of boring in between songs. You got to have a guy to pump up the crowd.
He does that with anybody. Like,
well, no, I know that now.
He goes on stage
I know that now, but I'm just saying that was one of the times that I was just most impressed by your craft.
You guys are too nice.
And not only that, he's been on the show. A matter of fact, you've been on the show like 2 times.
This is my 3rd time.
Your 3rd time being right on the show. And the first time he came, he sang, and I said, I told the guys, I said, hey, dude, how come this vato's not singing more, bro?
What band was that one?
I don't want to say it.
Vision? Yeah, it was the first one.
I told him it was Vision, right? I told
first
him
one, yeah.
They need to let you sing
Yeah,
more.
You told them that?
Yeah, wait. And then he
did.
came back another time with Juan P. When Juan P. Moreno was here.
Juan P. and Manuel.
Yeah, and Manuel Alvarado. We almost had the original Chamacos.
Yeah.
He was acting as Jaime. Jaime de Anda that night. He was
Second
acting
segunda with Juan. Yeah.
But saludos to everybody watching on YouTube. I didn't forget about you guys. Thank you guys so much. We got a lot of people watching on YouTube. We got a lot of people sharing on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. Again, here with Grupo Asalto. Jordan, I know a lot of people are watching. And I told a lot of people that I was ready for this interview, right? Because
as always,
for the very first time, I didn't make the flyer for my show. Neither did my producer, Eddie. Who made the flyer, Jordan?
Johnny.
Johnny made the flyer.
I did.
Okay.
I usually do all of our. I'm not great at it, but I usually do all of our graphics, man. I do everything that happens with Asalto, or any events, man. Any events that because I take part in a lot of events, man, that I don't ever put my name on. As far as whether I'm doing production for that event or pitching in money.
Okay.
I just did the one that we're me and one of my friends, Mr. Roland Morin, shout out to Roland. We're bringing Crazy Pimps to Snyder, and so those are a bunch of things that I do, man.
You know how to work. You know how to work. What do you use to make?
Canva, bro. Everybody
Canva?
knows how to use Canva.
Nah, not mine. My producer, he uses big shit, like big time stuff. You gotta get on the. You're not on his level.
You know who that guy is. I want
You're not on
everybody
his
to
level
give
yet. Anyway, the reason I brought up the cover or the flyer that we used for this week's show is because, Jordan. Let's just let the cat out of the bag. Jordan is a person who wears his feelings, and I've told him this since a lot of you guys don't know, but I managed Asalto a couple of years back, right? Yep. When they were getting their feet wet over here in the San Antonio area, and Jordan is the type of guy who wears his feelings on his sleeve. You're gonna know what he's feeling, how he's feeling, and he might not tell you, but if you follow him on social media, you'll know, right? And Jordan, like, to be real, I know sometimes you write stuff, and I'm just like, this motherfucker. Like, honestly, that's what I'm saying.
The thing with my statuses is that people are like, they get their feelings hurt easy, dog, and like even whenever I just put.
But like, do they, or do you get your feelings hurt easy too?
I don't in the essence. So like, let me give you a prime example. But I have some friends that were going through a divorce, And you know, they were talking to me and they were telling me like, oh nah man, well she was doing this and he was doing that, and I've already told her the grass is greener on this side. So I made a status about, hey, the fucking grass is greener where you water it. The grass isn't gonna be greener just because it's greener over there and you can go over there. If you don't take care of that damn grass, it ain't gonna be green. The grass is greener where you take care of it. And just because I made that status, they both ended up mad at me. And I'm doing it in a general essence of, here I am, you know, just pretty much putting it out there of like, well, shit, dude, like, take care of your own damn grass and quit worrying about other people's grass, and your grass will be green.
But sometimes, Jordan, you know, sometimes, and this is Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. You know me, I don't bullshit. Since you've known me, I tell you the truth, right?
Always.
And you do wear your feelings on your sleeve sometimes. And sometimes when you post those things, you know, if the shoe fits, wear it. Those are the posts that you make.
That's exactly what I
right?
meant.
And I get it.
Because here's the thing, bro.
I understand. I get what you're saying, right? But that's where you come in. So over your years of being around the Onda for a long time, right? But sometimes, Jordan, since I've managed you, what I've always told you, right? You're an artist. Hold on. You're an artist, and I know you have the right to your opinion, and it's Jordan Rodriguez's thing, and people can either follow you, don't follow you. I get it.
Yes.
But once you decide to cross over and do this for a living, not for a living, because we all know you got your business. And
yeah, exactly.
You do very well with your business, and I'm not taking away with that. But you cross over to put a mic in front of you and be in front of people, be an entertainer, right? You have a different target on you. And I think when you do shit like that and you post stuff like that, that target, instead of just being an artist target, you make your target like this. And people, you have it on your back and people are like, damn, dog. Why? Because you're leaving it open to, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Because here's the thing, Bump. And people will talk shit about it. And what people don't know that's different about me is I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about artist Jordan, and I don't give a shit about mowing yards Jordan, because regardless, there's people that I can count on these two hands right here that matter, and those are, and even barely that, bro. Even barely that is the fact. Like I've hurt feelings of people in my immediate family, because I'm gonna speak what I have to say, and I'm gonna say what I have to say, and I will agree to disagree with you all damn day. Because everybody has their beliefs, but I'm never scared, Bumper. I never see myself in the essence of, oh, dude, you're an artist. You need to shut the hell up. Don't post that. No, because I am who I am, and if you don't like me, don't follow me. I'm an artist that, look, bro, when I started Asalto, and I think I told you this at one time, I didn't even want to play music after my dad died. And you know that.
But Asalto was before your dad died.
Well, it was still kind of the transition deal.
Okay.
And there's a story there that no one knows that is the reason I have a hard time having Asalto. And after he died, for the people that know the true story of between Mi Gusto, Johnny Rodriguez, Jordan Rodriguez, Asalto, they know how hard it is for me to play music.
So let's talk about that.
You want to hear that story?
No, I mean, look. It's not that I want to hear the story, because I think I know the story, right?
I think
we've talked about it. But you know, for the people that you might have offended over the last, I don't know, what do you say, Eddie? Last 18 months or so, Jordan's been on a Facebook rampage. But I think if you share that story, I think people will understand kind of where you come from and the way you attack your business musically, right?
Right.
And to give people like a little background. You know, Jordan was if you guys remember, I used to do a show called Frito Pie Fridays. And Frito Pie Fridays, I would go around and I would try to find new music and play new music on Friday nights when people were coming home from the football games, so people could hear new music. Maybe it wasn't being played on the radio.
It was good stuff.
And it was good music, right? Some of it wasn't good. Some of it was really good. Well, I think Asalto, I kept playing them every Friday, and then it just, people are like, who are these dudes? And I'm like, well, the dude already has an album. Like it's on iTunes. You can see it right here. It's under Jordan Rodriguez, right? And we were just talking about that. There's 3 or 4 songs on there that I think really went to the wayside.
Yes, sir.
That I still jam that album, right? Because
that.
there's some badass songs.
I appreciate that.
But where I'm going with the story, Jordan, is, you know, it's up to you, Luke. I'm not a drama guy. Everybody knows Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. I'm not about drama. But if you're willing to open up and share that story about where some of your frustration comes from, or why you feel a certain way about, you know, whatever.
So the thing is, man, is like, you know, people tend to look at me and like, this fucking 30-year-old guy, he's had Asalto for 2.5 years now, and he thinks he knows it all. Well, they tend to forget that I've been doing this shit since I was 4. You know, I was in my dad's band. It was a very hard thing. You know, a bunch of us, man, we grew up, if we grew up around the music, I'm sure Johnny agrees, if we grew up around the music, we had the hard part of it. We dealt with the bullshit of the music industry, no matter how old you were. And so anyway, man, I grew up in this Conjunto Mi Gusto band with my dad. You know, what he said goes, you know, it was everything was set in stone, man. But to make a long story short, man, the reason that I've never cared to push Asalto to the heights that you helped me push Asalto to, because I'm going to give credit where it's due, and I'm not discrediting the other people. I'm not discrediting them, but I'm going to credit you to the heights that you took Asalto to, and that Bumpers Frito Pie Friday helped me get to. But Asalto was never supposed to be that. Asalto was a 3-year plan of, hey, man, like, I just want to play weddings, quinceañeras, backyard parties. You know, I just wanted to see how I felt keeping the music alive. So for those that don't know, me and my dad had our differences with me starting Asalto, because we had Conjunto Mi Gusto, and Conjunto Mi Gusto was still doing quite a bit of shows. And one day, it's crazy because Joey Jimenez, man, I think he was on there. Joey Jimenez was there at this show. So Joey was actually one of the last people that got to see my dad. Not a lot of people
just had that conversation with him actually less than 24 hours ago.
And so me and my dad are sitting there, and right before a show, bro, at the office in Lubbock, Texas, we were sitting there, and he comes up to me, and he had got a phone call. And he goes, let me talk to my son, blah, whatever. And so I'm like, oh, it's a tocada. So he starts talking to me, and he's like, hey, son, I can't remember the exact date, so I'm not going to lie about it. But he goes, you know, they just called me to play this date. Are you free? I said, I'm not. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I said, because I've already told you that I'm going to try to see what Asalto can do, you know, as far as trying to fill dates as well.
Okay.
And he was like, so what do you mean you're not going to help me no more? And I was like, I didn't say that. I just said that, you know, let me see where I am. Dad, I'm 10 minutes from getting on stage, and we're having this conversation. And it was a point of, hey, well, I need to know what you want to do. And I'm kidding you not, bro. We're sitting there waiting to get on stage. Our intro's fixing to start to get on stage in Lubbock, Texas. And, you know, he looks at me and he goes, you know what? If you're going to have this shit right here, I'd rather be dead than to see it. Were his exact words to me, Bump. And so I looked at him and I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Instead of being proud of you.
Instead of being proud of me.
Yeah.
And it's emotional. My mom even knows this story. She knows about it. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you're taking things overboard. And he's like, no, I've worked too fucking hard with you, son, and your brothers. And we've built up, because, dude, Mi Gusto, we took over West Texas, bro. If there was a private event in West Texas, Mi Gusto was out that event.
Playing, yeah.
We were making our money every Friday, every Saturday in West Texas, all over. Yeah, it was only $3,000 to $5,000, but dude, we were pulling it in, bro. We were just rolling. But I was tired of that. I wanted to see what was out there. Dude, Mi Gusto didn't come. I mean, we did fanfare, but we never once, I didn't go to the awards until the first time I went was with you, and we sat at the same table.
Yeah.
I had never performed at the awards. I had never known who Bino was. I didn't know who a bunch of these people were. I wanted to experience
you're so accustomed
that
to
shit.
being in West Texas.
And so you keep in mind, this conversation's happening between me and my dad 4 days before he pulls the trigger on himself. So you as a son, how do you feel coming back from that? And like, damn, the last serious conversation we had said that I'd rather be dead than to see you trying to do this bullshit on stage. And he told me, Bumper, he goes, I'm gonna let you know right now, son, this shit's not easy. You're gonna go through shit. You're gonna handle shit. Musicians aren't gonna be loyal to you. They're gonna quit on you. You're gonna go through these musicians, you know. And I was like, Dad, I don't care. Like, I'm not here for that. And he's like, and then with the way you are, because dude, I've always been outspoken, bro. In school, I got in trouble all the time because I always speak my mind.
You were that kid that wouldn't shut the hell up.
I speak my mind, bro, because I ain't scared.
I learned that from you in the first week that that I dealt with you. Saludos to everybody watching from Greeley, Colorado. Q Promotions in the house. Our good friend David Enriquez. Everybody watching from all over the United States. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. I want to give a big shout out before I forget, Jordan, to Tejano Swag Radio, Tejano Up Radio, Hot Tejano, our K Alamo family, our good friend Mary Cruz. I follow her on if you guys aren't following, follow her on TikTok. Everybody out there pushing Tejano music. My good friend Johnny Ramirez at 95.7. Everybody do KEDA. And I'm just speaking to people here locally in San Antonio. I mean, we got people watching from Richland, Washington, bro. That's amazing that, people are watching from all over the United States. And everybody that shared tonight, thank you guys so much. Tonight's going to be a roller coaster ride. I mean, we're already starting on a down right here. But, Bumper will find a way to bring it up.
Man, it's never.
But Jordan, for the people that just came on right now, like, hey, what's going on? Let me tell you what's going on. Jordan he just pulled the trigger, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, you're
he just
good,
started he started off the show. I see now, boom, shotgun. That's cool, right? So Jordan, if you've ever been to one of Jordan's shows, he does a very good job of stopping and bringing up something that we don't like to talk about, which is suicide. And it's really weird, dude, that you brought that up because I'm a firm believer in sometimes God just does things in weird ways. Just today, I sat in a 2-hour suicide class from my work. Oh, wow. And here we are talking about suicide on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. So to get you guys cut up, Jordan's dad, like I said, Jordan in his shows, he talks about suicide. He talks about how his father, committed suicide. But I think this is the first time publicly you've ever talked about how you feel and your feelings towards,
Yeah.
So do you believe that, Jordan? Do you believe that your dad, the words that he told you was the reason that he did what he did?
I do, man, and I've never, it's my immediate family is the only one that knows that story I just told. I've never came out publicly with it because I've never had to. But recently, with the things that have been happening with Asalto, people seem to think like it's a big deal to me, and it's not, because I've been through bigger shit. Things don't faze me. And here's my thing, Bumper, is when you become an artist and like you say, you have a target as an artist, me having I don't ever think of myself as an artist. I don't ever think of myself anything other than Jordan Rodriguez, the guy that always talks shit and says what he has to say because he don't care. And I don't, because the part that's wrong is that people don't want to talk about shit. People don't want to say the shit that needs to be said because they're afraid of the feelings they're going to hurt, or they're afraid to get canceled. And I'm not afraid to get canceled because yeah, this music industry, it's something fun for me, bro. But you know what? I was doing the drive down here today, and you know what I thought about? And no one wants to think of this shit, Bumper, but you answer this question. Right now, for Tejano music only, Tejano music, and think about the genre of Tejano music. If everybody that's a Tejano fan and a Tejano musician in this industry over 40 years old passed away today, what the hell do we have?
I mean, I get your point. It's a strong point. But at the same time, I mean, there's groups out there. But the problem is we haven't been open to those groups. There's groups under 40 years old.
There is.
But
But the thing is
the radio, our fan base has not allowed our genre to grow. Period, point blank. Mm-hmm. Right? Our fan base is based on the promoter wants to see as much money as he can make at the door. Exactly. If I bring a brand new band or I bring a band where everybody's going to sing the songs, what are you going to pick? You're going to bring the band that everybody's going to sing the songs and they're going to drink a lot of beer. Exactly. I get it.
And we talked about this
we talked about this last time. You got to find a way to bring in the new with the old, and that's how we'll continue to go. That's a strong point, right?
But exactly.
Over
but
40,
at that same point,
would be up a
at the same point. It matters, it's a good point, but it matters because let's take Vegas. We've been in Vegas the past 2 years together.
Okay.
I want you to be completely honest with yourself. The age group of them people, the age group of them people that are there.
So any major Tejano event, not just Vegas, any major Tejano event.
Yeah, exactly.
The age group is the youngest that you're going to see are probably 30-year-olds. That's the very youngest. To older people, and I get that. I mean, and that's just not music. That's podcasting of Tejano music. That's radio of Tejano music. we talk about that every week. That we're missing 10 years. We're missing 10 years.
Okay, so where's the
15
solution?
to 25-year-olds, we're missing. Okay?
Yeah, but La Fiera de Ojinaga is not missing them. La Maquinaria is not missing them. Frontera is not missing them. De Parranda is not missing them. Mia 22 isn't missing them. What's the problem?
The problem is that we're not teaching our kids that music. There's nowhere for them to listen to it. So that other music is everywhere. It's pushed on all these stations. It's pushed over and over again. But it's money.
But you have Tejano artists that are pushing hard on social media as well, on TikTok. You have these Tejano artists.
Okay.
You know, like okay, so I'm gonna take La 45. Those guys, how old are those guys? I don't
Probably
know.
the oldest guy is probably about 35, 34 or less.
And look at that, bro. You just said it, right? Look at that. Look how good they are. But they still can't grab the attention of these younger people. Why?
Well, I want to touch on what you said, Bumper, about our kids. I think one of the biggest problems is that growing up in the 80s and 90s myself, I'm speaking for myself, I'm still hearing the same music on the radio.
My point. There's nowhere for them for new music to be played and absorbed.
So the kids now, they've already heard all that song. They're hearing the same thing we heard. There's
they
nothing
hear new shit.
They want to hear
and
new
the new stuff is coming, right? But
and nobody's
that's not
giving them a
necessarily
chance.
true because there's new music coming from old artists, new artists, existing artists, but we don't have the radio stations that we used to.
Correct.
We don't.
But even then, even if you have terrestrial radio, it doesn't matter. You get in your car and your iPhone automatically connects to your car, and your kid has their Pandora, their Spotify. But look, I'll give you a prime example, bro. Asalto's done 3 shows this year, privates, and I'm doing the throwback sessions. I'm not calling it a tour because a tour is what famous bands do,
right?
Not Tejano bands. And so I call it throwback sessions. Dude, we're jamming old school chamacos, Michael Salgado, Ramon. We're jamming all the throwback.
You're getting
hits
what
that I
gets
grew
people
up.
on the dance
But you
floor.
know what,
and keep
man?
them-
You don't see a person under 35 on the goddamn dance floor. I was doing a show. I was doing a quinceañera, and these kids, their parents are up having the time of their life, and just kids are just like this. But then as soon as I play No Se Va, they all jump up.
There is no magic potion. There is no magic potion to what you're trying to get across and us trying to get to that age group. But the fact is that there is young people out there. I mean, look at Conjunto Cats. Look at there's young people out there that love the music, man. Look at the Gabrielas. Look at I mean, there's just so many people out there.
Look,
that,
I want to talk about Adrian Salazar. The problem is New Tejano sucks. Okay, that's part of the problem. I'm not calling you out, but I'm just saying.
Call him out because that guy, he's a negative Nancy. I know.
Well,
Adrian.
okay,
he's
well
a friend
then
of mine from back home.
here's the deal.
He's always negative.
Okay.
You're never gonna win.
Everybody always has the shit to say. Well, the New Tejano sucks. Why? If you know why it sucks so bad, why don't you tell me what I need to do for Tejano to be great? Why don't you tell the other artists what they need to do? Because all y'all do is talk shit, saying, "Hey, New Tejano sucks." What are you gonna do to fix it? What can you tell us to do? Because that's where I start getting upset. It's because everybody
I can
wants
hear
to,
your voice. Hey, calm down, bro.
No, bro. Everybody wants to talk crap about a genre that I grew up to. My
Okay.
raza. They talk shit about what I grew up doing. And you have people like Gabriela, myself, Nathan Acosta, Conjunto Cats they're moving around. All those guys are younger than me. And they're trying, but yet we got to listen to people say, oh, New Tejano sucks. Tell us why it sucks. Tell us what we can do to be better.
I don't think New Tejano sucks. Again, it's just it's a lot of it's our culture. We're not what do you call it, to change, right? I always say this. We're our people. We're our worst critics always.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard for us
Frontera. We've said this before on the show. Frontera was on national TV on the Jimmy Kimmel show. Was the #1 song on Billboard American charts. Right, the most Latin music we've ever had on American Billboard charts was 2023. The most downloaded dude on YouTube was Peso Pluma last year. Nobody comes close to his downloads.
His streams, yeah.
Right, but we're gonna be the first to say, nah. Esos vatos no son tejanos. They're, you know what I mean? Like,
see, but even
we're our own. Instead of saying, dude, hell yeah, those are our people. We don't do that.
But people get. Here's the thing, Tejano is a noun. Tejano is an adjective. because Tejano can classify the genre of music we play, but not who we are.
Right.
We are Tejanos, but
'Cause we're
doesn't
from
mean
Texas.
But doesn't mean we play Tejano music, and that's where people. Because okay, look, I'm gonna tell you a band, and I want you to tell me what genre they are.
Hey, you're gonna put me on a spot
Here
like
we
that,
go.
bro?
No, Los Garcia brothers.
Here comes Rocky Beltran. I can hear him
No,
already.
Los
He's
Garcia
on
brothers.
the chat right now. Garcia brothers or conjunto?
Conjunto, not Tejano.
I mean,
They're conjunto
is-
that get played on Tejano radio.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but
But it's the same thing,
Hold on,
country
hold on,
and rock.
hold on.
What's that?
It's the same thing like country and rock. Everything has
Conjunto
their-
is a branch from the Tejano tree.
okay. But are you
Right?
gonna
It's a
classify it as
big branch.
conjunto, or are you gonna classify it as a Tejano?
I'm gonna classify it as whatever I want. If it's music and I like it, I'm gonna jam to it.
It's
Like to me, we spend too much arguing, and I'm guilty of it too. We argue too much of what we want to label a genre. Si te gusta, play the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's true.
Right? If you like it, play it. Doesn't matter what you label it. Man, you know what I mean? They're going to get to play, whether they're a Tejano artist, whatever the case may be.
It's like they want to segregate all the music, you know, and
and
conjunto
that,
music
and
Tejano
that, and
music.
that's the thing though, man. Like, and that's all fun and great, man. But that's like turning around and still saying La Fiera de Ojinaga or La Maquinaria is Tejano too, and it's not. It's Norteño sax.
No, it's-
but it's
yeah.
a branch of a Tejano tree.
But where are they from?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Well, La
They're from all
Maquinaria,
over. They're
yeah,
from
they're
everywhere.
kind of
They're from everywhere.
You asked the question because Picaro's from Mexico. So,
So this is a good comment. Our good friend Billy Silva is like, part of the problem is these producers take a song, push it out the door. Can you put that up or no, Eddie? You already passed.
Give me 1 second.
Hold on. Producers take a song, push it out the door as fast as possible to get paid and move on to the next project without trying to make a hit. Okay, like
who put that, Billy?
Billy. I mean, a lot of my friends are producers, and a lot of them are probably watching the show. Would you? You guys are artists. I'm not. I'm just a Tejano fan that has a podcast show.
Which makes you an artist.
No. Do you believe that? Do you believe that producers get music and they spin them out so fast that they're not giving it the love and attention that it needs?
I wouldn't, man, because let's take Holler for instance. Aaron Holler, he's a music producer, and Johnny can probably speak on this too. But Aaron's very, what's the word?
Meticulous.
Yeah, about the music that he's releasing.
See, I didn't think that Bevo education would come in
You
handy.
can say that
It's not
word,
a
but you can't say animado.
I can't say that word.
So yeah, it's true because there
skipped
are
Spanish class.
artists, but dude, every producer I've worked with so far, whether it's Mario O, whether it's Eddie Perez, or Aaron,
Ronald Reese's comment, if you can get it up for us.
or Aaron, I felt they've done the best that they can, to do their thing.
Our good friend Ronald Reese, the new Tejano artists need to make better and more music videos. Making music is one part, but making videos give the artist a new visual outlet for the youth to see. Now, Ronald, I get what you're saying, but dude, these guys are barely. You know how much it costs to make a video? It's not, and they're coming out of pocket.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what are you getting? What is the video actually giving you? Is it giving you more airplay? Is it giving you? I get what he's saying. I agree in a sense, but I know you guys, and I know the industry. I know how videos work. These dudes pay money out of their hard earned money to make videos.
I spent nearly $3,000 making the Espeto video.
Being as old as I am and being
Bro,
in the
I could have
business
done that
as-
with an iPhone for $20, bro. And 2 Red Bulls. Get already? We could have done it with 2 Red Bulls and $20, bro.
On that-
Maybe a box,
with Eddie behind
a
there,
box of
man.
Church's chicken. We would have been money, bro.
A lot of that is directly attributed to the companies like Freddie Records, Capital EMI. Back in the day, they gave you a budget to record, to promotions and everything like that. Back in the day,
Yeah.
So these artists they had more money to push themselves.
Yeah, of course.
And now nobody
it's not
gives
there. It's not
nobody
there.
gives you money like that anymore. It's
let-
ridiculous.
let's-
You don't get $100,000 to record 3 albums or whatever.
So
the
people
case
say
may be.
don't do covers and don't do that, and I get it because covers are you can change it, and you can make it your own, and then people dig it, and maybe it'll take off. But it's always going to be Desvelados always going to be Bobby Pulido's,
Right.
Regardless
Of
of
course.
how many people
Of course.
sing it.
Look, can you pull up Andrew Pulido?
Oh, Andrew Pulido. Oh, that's a hot Tejano. We don't have okay. So speaking on
That's-
Andrew Pulido,
that's another thing.
Another Pulido that was on the show. I won't mention any names, Bobby style Pulido. He was on the show and he brought up something. Maybe you guys missed the show, but it's something that you guys we can talk about here. You know, you were talking about back in the 90s, the record labels were here, the money was here. So that's why the music was so, and that's the music that stuck around.
Yeah.
A lot of this new music, you guys are doing on your own dime. You know, some people say it's not the best quality. Well, to get badass quality, you got to have badass money.
Yeah.
Right? It's right.
And the flip side of that, I'm going to add real quick, is that the songwriters may not want to give a band like this the song because they want the band like this to record
Exactly.
the song.
So where I'm going with this is that Bobby Pulido said something that opened my eyes and it made a lot of sense. Think of pigeons, right? If you take a bunch of bread and you throw it out to where you know pigeons are going to be at, all the pigeons are going to show up, right? Because there's always going to be bread
Absolutely.
there. So the songwriters were pigeons. You know, the badass songwriters of some of the classic Tejano hits that we know, some are around, some are true to Tejano, and they're still giving out music. But some of the biggest songs that we know, the songwriters came because the money was here. The record labels were here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The money was here hey, yeah, give me that song, whatever. As soon as the record labels pulled out of, they pulled, well, we say in the military, they pulled chocks. They took off,
Yeah.
rolled out. Well, guess what? There was no more bread on the ground.
So they looked elsewhere.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Okay? And you're absolutely right. A heavy songwriter is not going to want to give a song maybe to a group that's just getting started. Like,
Correct.
Hey, at
you
the
know?
same time, money talks, man. Because you got writers like Jonathan Espinosa and Yayo that they will, man. But
Hold on. Let's see. Crystal Torres. Hold on. Hold on. I don't ever really go to the comments, guys, but these are good comments. But those aren't any songs from bands that the younger generation would even know. Find me 20-year-old that can name 2 Pega songs.
That's my buddy from Pasco, Washington.
Well, maybe from the Valley. Some Valley kids.
I was thinking the same thing.
And Bobby Pulido brought up another good thing. You go to the Valley, bro. The young kids, they're all about botas and sombreros and like that's their lively. That's how they are. You go to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, pues you get a little more citified, right? You get a little more city. But I think down in the Valley, the reason it's so strong there and the culture is because it's who they're not trying to be nobody that they're not. That's who they are.
That's
You
what they
I'm
know.
saying?
hey, man, can we talk about a comment?
Oh,
No,
shit.
look, because I just want to touch this because I want to know your
Okay.
your input. But Mark Fabula said something about while you're at it, quit playing. There you go. Quit playing covers in your set too. Play original music. Now, let's touch on that because a lot of people tend to make that comment. And Johnny, you've been in the industry for a long time. You want to explain the problem with that of playing nothing but original material to a crowd that
Especially nowadays that you don't have a radio station that plays all the music and then you don't drop albums anymore. You drop singles.
Drop
So-
EPs.
I mean, EPs, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have a 10 song album, 12 song album that people can buy and listen to the whole thing. And, you know, you're not going to, people, you just put it in and then they would listen to the whole thing. Now you just go on your phone, you select what song you want to hear. But if they don't know your music and they know this Ramon Ayala song, Tragos Amargos, as a band, you want to please the people.
Well, you're there to please the people.
Exactly.
Right?
That's
Regardless.
every time I step on stage to have
the people,
fun,
the
bro.
people that are out there, and maybe one of you guys can answer. These country artists that are brand new, they get 1 or 2 songs. How do they go on tour? What songs? I haven't been on one. Well, what do they play after they play their 2 hits? What music do they play? Do they have the same issues?
No, it's they still play cover music.
No. Well, I mean, what
No, I think some of them still play covers.
Yeah,
Some of them still play covers, but they do a lot of their original stuff. But they don't. Here's the thing with country. Is a good point, a good topic rather, because in the country, it's like you can be way up here and somebody's like, hey man, come on tour with us. Let's go do a 50-date tour. What bands are gonna do that to smaller bands?
Well, I
You
think,
know?
but
No se
Johnny,
va, no se va,
but
no
at the
se
same
va.
time, bro,
It's a cover.
I get it. You're right.
They made that
But-
band famous.
At the same time, like even our existing artists who we consider an A artist, right? That's
Right.
A artist being
Right.
the top of the pecking order. For some of them, it's hard to get gigs.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
you want to bring okay, it's hard for you to get a gig. You get a gig and then you want to bring in I get both
You're
sides.
exactly right.
Right? It's easy for us to sit here and say, well, hey Jay Pettis, why don't you bring in a new group for you? You know, and I've got to know Jay over the last few months very, very well. It's not because he just or anybody. I'm just using Jay as an example. It's not because he doesn't want to. It's just because, hey, bro, the money's not there.
It's difficult to do so.
It's a hard thing to do. And for the people watching, I think these are some of the things that to the normal Tejano person out there, they don't really grasp the way the business part of it works.
Yeah.
Right. It's a money making business. I spoke to somebody today, and was it you? No, somebody told me, you know, when you get into the entertainment business, it's a cutthroat business. It's a business.
It's a business. Yeah.
You're not here to make friends, right?
Yep.
So speaking about that,
Eddie, look at Jacob Garcia's comment. That's something to hit on.
whose comment?
Jacob Garcia.
Country music back each other. They playing accept to use Mexicanos. Too much envy and don't. We brought that up. You know, there's a lot of envy inside Tejano music, and I get it.
If there was as much money as there is envy and drama, shit, we'd be rolling.
If there was a
dog.
lot of bumper Gomez's in Tejano music, like in all levels, fuck, dude, we'd be on top of the world right now. No, but Jordan, let's go back to you.
Okay.
Right? Let's give the people our history. You know, I didn't find Jordan. Jordan was already existing. He had been with Mi Gusto. He just started Asalto. Like I told you guys earlier, I found a song on Frito Pie Fridays. And no, Frito Pie Fridays are not coming back, so don't message me like Bumper, bring them back. They're not coming. No more Frito Pie. And we never had Frito Pie on Fridays.
It's crazy because you want to touch this subject and I don't want to because I want to talk truth and I
No, we are. It's cool. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk truth. So,
look at Johnny's face. I see it in the screen.
I got. You know, I found Jordan in a sense. Story is my wife actually. Weecha was hearing. She's like, "Who these guys?" I said, "Man, I don't know who these guys are." And the next day I heard the song and I was like, man, these dudes are actually pretty good. And then it was some music that I had gotten and I started playing on Frito Pie Friday. I reached out to you. You did a live with me. You did like a remote live that I'm not a fan of. I'm just not a fan of remotes lives. And just thought I'd put that on the table. So Jordan came into my life and, you know, he started rolling and I started helping him and then he's like, hey, Bump, I want you to be my manager. Because I think the last time you were here with the band, I don't think people got the full story because you guys were playing. And, you know, now that I have the mic and we have a show, we could talk about it. So you guys know the ins and outs of how things work.
So first off.
And no, there's no first off.
There is a first off.
So Jordan calls and he says, Bump, I talked to the guys. I think you'd be great to master. Jordan, I'm not a manager. I'm a fan of Tejano music that just so happens to put a camera in front of my face and people watch. That's it. There's just nothing else more fancier to say than that. I don't call myself an influencer. I don't. I'm just a fan of Tejano music, and you know I like to get to know more about the artist.
Right.
So you come. I said, yeah. Let's do it. I don't know. Send me a contract. I'll look it over, and then I'll start. And I was doing Wacky Wednesday at the same time, and it's hard to juggle two things. And you said, hey, you know, the whole time that we were doing, you specifically wanted a specific individual in the camp, and you were adamant about it. Like you were adamant about it. Again, we're speaking truth here, right?
I'm gonna drop a ball and it's gonna piss you off.
No, it's not gonna piss me off. But you were adamant about it, And I'm a groupie. There you go. That's my dog right there. Shout out to my boy Cristello. Highlight that damn comment right there, boy. Hell yeah, I'm a groupie.
What up, Cristello?
Pictures and everything. So I went. I said yes to the job. I tried my best. You know, and you know, I tell a lot of people sometimes I'd have to hang up the phone. I'd have to hang up the phone on this guy because he would get so angry and I would over like just simple shit.
Here's the thing. Y'all call anger.
I'm talking to him like you're not here. Just roll with it. So I'm you know I'd have to hang up the phone because Jordan would get so angry over like something on social media, a comment, something. And my thing to him all the time was like, Jordan, make music. Don't worry about what anybody says, and let's get gigs. Those are the three things you got to worry about.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All the other bullshit and comments and all that, no, that isn't.
If you can't
they're
control
not paying
it.
your bills.
Someone
You
that's
can't control
passionate. Y'all switch up. Someone that's passionate for anger. I'm passionate about what I do, so things piss me off.
Okay. So, and I told you, I said, Jordan, if that's what you want to do, boom, and then that's where I'll stop, and you pick up the story when you fired Bumper. Dale.
All right, so let's.
Well, you didn't fire me, but you know,
let's
he
drop,
let me
let's
down
dro-
easy.
I'm gonna drop a ball.
He let me down easy.
I'm gonna drop a
Jason
ball,
Aldean style.
and people are gonna know the kind of person I am, and I got the balls to say it right here on live with Bumper, because we're not gonna be here too much longer. But I'm gonna tell this story real quick, and I'm gonna start out by apologizing to you because I fucking lied to you whenever I fired you. I lied to you and told you this story, and you tell me if I'm lying to you now. I told you, Bumper, I'm letting you go, man, because I was watching you at Fanfare and just the way you were interacting with everybody, man. I don't want to hold you back. I want you to be great. I want you to, do what you got to do. That's a fucking lie out of my teeth, bro. It was something that I got forced into doing, saying, hey, you get rid of that motherfucker or we're not going to be here. We can take you places. He can't. He's just a groupie. What do you want to do? Well, I looked and I said, okay, well, y'all have done this. Okay, Bumper has a podcast. But he's getting there. And I got told, well, we can't be on a team together because we're not going to allow someone to take our contacts and take our shit.
Okay.
And so
you had to let me go.
So I had to let you go.
That's cool.
And that's what I'm saying.
Back
because
to the cutthroat business we were talking about.
It's a cutthroat business.
It's a business.
It
But
is.
that goes to tell you, it's not that I didn't have the balls to tell you then. It's because I'm not going to do well with. I don't do well. Aaron Holler can tell you this. Anthony Pettis, Joe Luis Garza, anybody that's been in my band, I don't do well with mixing friendships and business because the friendship takes over. Because that's the kind of person that I am. I take care of those who I feel are taking care of me. And a lot of time I fuck up because they're not taking care of me. They're just taking what they can from me. And I lied to you to protect our friendship. I lied to you to protect how you would see me. And that was wrong of me. But now as I'm going through the industry and I'm learning more, I'm learning that the best advice anybody has ever gave me, and I promised I wouldn't say names, but I am. Richard Rosales said, Jordan, you're a great guy, dude. I love watching you. You're good at what you do. He's like, but number one comes first. I didn't know what the hell he meant about it.
You know now.
I know now.
Well, it doesn't bother me, Jordan. Like nobody's gonna shave my head and send me to Afghanistan. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay, right? So there's really nothing for me to get
worry
all
about,
crazy and mad about. Yeah. But at the same time, I actually believe that we were growing together.
We were,
and we were moving. Maybe not as fast as you wanted to go.
Yeah.
But we were going right.
It's called consistency. The consistency was there.
And so. You wanted the skyrocket, pues te llevaste the skyrocket, and hey, I'm still here. I'm still here every Wednesday. I'm not going nowhere. I'm still rocking, right?
Nah, man. But your friendship's very awesome.
Here's the thing, man. Jordan, and I wanted to bring this up to you. You got Johnny here. He could speak on behalf of other people, and I wanted to bring up this for the people watching. If you follow Jordan Rodriguez on social media, you'll notice that I've gotten calls already. Like Jordan's gonna play. All his band, they're quit. They're gone. So from the outside looking in as a fan, I'm not talking to you as a friend. I'm talking to you as a fan of Tejano music. So put that cap on right now.
Okay.
With that being said, from the outside looking in, if one person, if you've had, let's say 7 to 11 people on your team, on your staff, in your thing, right? And they all leave for whatever reason, or you have a disagreement, whatever the case may be. Wouldn't you say, like, after 4 or 5 people, maybe the problem's not them, maybe the problem is with you?
I had this conversation with Aaron Holler whenever we parted ways. I told him.
But do you understand where I'm coming? What I'm saying?
I look into myself, and I know the person that I am, but I'm never gonna be a fake motherfucker either. And I'm gonna speak my mind, and I'm gonna. I mean, like you say, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. It's just that I ain't afraid to tell people what I feel, and that's the thing, man. Like everybody's gonna say what they want to say, and everybody's gonna have their own stories of what goes on. I was grown up with tough love. I was grown up with morals of loyalty and shit like that. And one thing that I don't stray well with, man, is don't talk shit about a person whenever I've never talked shit about you and you never talk shit about me, but then you betray me for a person that was talking shit about me. I don't work that way, you know, and everybody's going to have their own story of things that go forward, but I'm okay whenever things don't work out for me because I said it at the beginning of the show. I'm okay with being Jordan Rodriguez, the dad and the husband. I'm okay with that. It's never.
If tomorrow Asalto doesn't happen anymore, you're gonna live a happy life. And that's what a lot of people don't know about you. You have a successful business. You run a business 6-7 days a week. Yep. You know what I mean? And you still find time to do music, and you still find time to do a part-time. This guy referees high school games. He wouldn't like me. That we've talked about that before. No. I'm the guy in the stands you would not like.
Me either.
But what I'm saying, Jordan, is do you understand what I'm saying? Like. From social media wise, looking in, boom. To me, your right hand man has been with you since day one. Mm-hmm. Left last week,
yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah.
Well, whenever I saw the post, and you know, I was just like, man, well,
but
dude.
At the same time, tell me how there's a real issue if I communicate with all these people still.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm going off of what people see from social media, right?
From
the social media standpoint, that's how they see it. That's why I'm giving you tonight is about you to clarify stuff like that.
There's nothing to clarify. If I have a disagreement with a guy and he can't take it because we're just a band and he's just a musician and he wants to quit, well then quit. I'm not gonna beg you to stay because at the end of the day, if I have a moral and I stand by something. And you want to stand by something else after you've already talked shit to the people that we're talking shit about because they fucked us, and then you want to go this route with them, I don't care to have a business relationship with you. I'll have a friendship relationship with you. But in that standpoint, I'm going to say like, hey, man, like, you know, let's be boys. Like, everybody thinks shit went down with me and Aaron. Nothing went down. It's just the fact that every single gig I have right now, with the exception of Friday in Houston, they're West Texas. You turn around and ask Aaron Holler, hey, bro, where did you play last year with Asalto? West Texas.
That's a long drive.
So check this out. Not only that, now you got me paying, I'm going to say not you, but in essence, I'm paying a rental car every weekend. I'm paying gas on all that every weekend. Rooms if they need one to relax when we get to the show. And ask Johnny. I never once bitched about the things that I had to pay. I never do.
No, that I will say about you. In the time that I was around you, when it came to taking care of the band, eating, motels, whatever, you always took care of everybody.
And it's not me buying love. It's me the fact of that's how my dad raised me.
Okay.
You know, when Migusta went on the road, we were taken care of because we were there on his time. That's nothing I'll never bitch about, bro.
I got you.
The gifts that I give my guys, the suitcases, the bags, the garment holders. You know, Johnny was in the band a month, and I gave him the custom Asalto suitcase.
Y yo, el manager, nomás agarré tarjetas. No me dieron.
To give away?
Yeah.
Well, they had your name
on it.
I paid for my hat.
Hey, they had your name on it, though.
Who charged you for a hat?
Your wife?
I'll take care of that.
Cash App him back.
Cash App him back.
Hey, real quick, man. We couldn't do our show without our great people who support Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We got some big, and save that one for last, Eddie. Our flyer. But kick off with my good friend Ricky Ray. If you want to buy a house, this is the guy to hit up. 956-424-5724. Ricky Ray, the realtor. He'll help you buy, sell, even fix your credit, man. Hit him up. He'll take care of you, man. And after you buy your house, of course, you got to protect it. You want a beautiful, beautiful female Tejano vocalist in your home? Call Miss Di Marie, 210-837-8623. She works for Vivint. She can help you with all your
Security
needs and your solar panel needs. And then for all my veterans out there, if you're a veteran and you're looking to, up your disability, or you don't even know where to start as far as disability, hit up my boy Oscar Anellos, retired Marine Corps Sergeant Major at 951-388-4072. He's been helping a lot of veterans on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys that are calling on behalf of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Carnitas. How do you say it? Come on, dog. Come on. Urapan. 945 South Austin Street in the Matador Plaza, Seguin, Texas. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the best carnitas in Seguin, Texas. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who takes care of all of our needs, Mr. Gilbert Alaman, the Gipster, making T-shirts, koozies, whatever you want, hasta canzoncillos si quieres. He can make them for you. Gilbert Alaman, 832-546-5856. Guys, don't forget, Del Rio, Texas. Do you know about the solar eclipse? It's coming, bro. The solar eclipse is coming, right? Del Rio, Texas, April 5th through April 8th. Our good friends Grupo Vidal is going to be in the house April 5th. Make sure you guys go out there and check it out. There's probably no more hotels, but that's going to be one of the epicenters for the big solar eclipse that we're going to have. You can also win yourself an eclipse. Brought to you by the city of Del Rio and our Brown Plaza Associates. Mafia. Hey, dude, check this out. We were just talking about La Mafia. Come April, my good friend, Mr. Who is? I thought you guys were going to help me, dude.
Who's your good? You got a lot of
Where
good
the
friends.
stars meet the moon, right? Quarter Moon Productions, Mr. Jim Luna is putting together Mafia Mania, which I'm gonna be the host of. They're in Pearland, Texas, with Los Musicales, Marcos Orozco and Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics. Make sure you get your tickets. They're going fast. I know there's no more VIP left, but you got to get your tickets. There's gonna be thousands of people in attendance. Thank you to all the sponsors of the Mafia Mania. And then don't forget Mavericks Dance Hall on March 3rd. Our good friends David Lee Garza, Los Musicales, along with Ram the Man Herrera. So if you guys are in Buda, I'm sure my good friends at Hot Tejano are going to be there. So I'll be there. I'm going to go check it out. March 3rd. Music Brothers Entertainment in Beeville, Texas. Los Desperados with my good friends from Skidmore, Texas. Indomable is going to be in the house. Hosted by yours truly. Saturday, April 6th at MG Grill. Stay tuned for more information coming to you real soon. And one that I really want to stress to you guys. Just stop real quick. Everybody's taking a break right now. Look at your screen right now. Just look at that screen. Memorial Weekend Bash brought to you by my good friend Frank Salazar Promotions out of Victoria, Texas. I just saw him on a podcast last night. He did a great job. Actually, he don't really do those things, but he did a great job last night. La Mafia, Grupo Duelo, Signo, Los Musicales, Eli La Reina, Jennifer Peña, Jay Perez, The Iconics, Lucky Joe, Eric Buster, and still a shitload more to come. You? Asalto's going to be in the house on Memorial Weekend Bash. So make sure you get your tickets coming to you soon. And those of you guys who tune into Wacky Wednesday, I'm going to be giving away a pair of VIP passes for all weekend. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Are you ready, Eddie? I don't think they're ready. Guys, I hope you're ready for this next one right here. There it is, right there. That's the official poster right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, put this on your calendar right now. Wednesday, March 27th, Little Woodrow's on Babcock. It's off of 410, Babcock and 410 area. The Little Woodrow's on Babcock. It is going to be the 4th year. Can you believe that, dude? 4th year anniversary of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. And I'm going to have a live concert with an interview. Of course, it's going to be a typical Wacky Wednesday. And we're going to have special guests throughout the night. You guys are not going to want to miss it. It's the very first time that I do a live show in front of a live audience in San Antonio. I did one in the Valley that was just, it was tremendous. And I can't wait for my people here to blow that one out of the Valley, the one we did in the Valley, out of the water. I just can't wait. I know a lot of artists are going to come out to show support. If you guys are fans of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, come on out, check it out. It's going to be the place to be. Little Woodrow's, March 27th. Chingamos, spitting in a chingada. Yay! March 27th, there's going to be no cover. Again, Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics are going to be on the stage playing Jimmy G hit after Jimmy G hit, and they're actually going to be talking and maybe playing some brand new music from their brand new album that they're working. It's coming from the AJ Castillo camp.
Yeah, congratulations.
So that's gonna be a good deal. So guys, put that on your calendar. I'd like to see all my friends from San Antonio. You can't say you never got invited to a Wacky Wednesday. That's the Wacky Wednesday you want to be to. It's gonna be live. There's gonna be food, drinks. You can buy all that. It's an open bar.
What's the capacity?
No, it's not. Let me fix that. It's not an open bar. It's a bar, and it's gonna be open to the public. It's not an open bar.
Be careful,
Dude,
what you
I don't
say.
know, but we're gonna fill that son of a bitch up.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna fill it up. I hope to see a lot of my friends out there. So to all my artist friends who watch the show, please put that on your calendars. Wednesday, March 27th at Little Woodrow's. We're gonna have a live. My first time having a live audience for Bumpers Wacky Wednesday in the city of San Antonio. So I hope everybody will show up. We're gonna have a full production. I got G-Man working in. I mean, Eddie's already. It's gonna be off the chain, bro.
Did you see? I already heard about this.
What's that?
Bumpers Wacky Wednesday live from the Rockies.
Oh, you heard about that?
I already heard it.
Did Q put that out there?
He just put it.
Dang. Hey, how would you guys like to see this right here, but instead of the wooden background with La Virgen de Guadalupe and the First Marine Division, like with the real Rocky Mountains in the background? It's coming
That'd be
soon.
dope.
I'm telling you, man, we're going places.
Be
Hey,
honest.
Stay with us
Did
here.
you ever?
Stay with us
Did you
here.
ever expect it to go to this though?
Bro, this dude was here in one of the most beginning shows, bro. Like, I mean, he walked in here now. I saw his face, like, a la madre. Well, I got Eddie. He's a techie. Watch out, pinche alambres donde quiera, lights and all kinds of stuff. But to answer your question, Jordan, no, I never thought in a million years that a beer bottle, iPhone, and
Because the
Facebook
first was like a Frito pie fryer in the kitchen, right?
was in the kitchen. It was in the kitchen. Hey, you're bringing beers. These vatos don't drink beer.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I will though.
Jaime said to give it to y'all.
There you go. All
Thank
right.
you.
Hi, man.
You want an Ocho?
I'll take a beer.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And
Hey,
it's crazy.
Come on, bro. You give me like 15 more minutes?
Yeah, I got you, man. We'll
Okay.
go to 9.
All right.
Thank you, Eddie.
All I heard was open bar. Chinga, Mark Fabula. Hey, of all people.
Mark
of all,
stays ready, bro.
Of all people. Eddie, Mark Fabula. I heard open bar.
Salud.
Salute. I know you don't drink.
Hey, man, I want to say hello to Santos Ortiz from Hereford, Texas. Saludos. Shout out to Joey Jimenez. Shout out to everybody from... Hey, man, I want to do a shout out. So I got to show you this kid's music, man. His name's Jay Sterling. He's from West Texas, Big Spring, Texas.
Sterling, that's a bolillo name.
Jay, well, just listen. Jay Sterling. This kid does everything, bro. Jazz, Tejano, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an artist in this industry, big artist, that is fixing to record one of his songs, and the kid's already released it himself, man. I call him a kid because he's like 21, but this dude has phenomenal vocals, bro. And he 45 minutes down the road from me.
So
but he
are
produces.
you saying bring him on to Asalto and go back to accordion?
I don't ever care, bro. But
Jordan,
his
before you finish, I want to say this about this guy. Got a love-hate relationship with this guy.
why love hate?
But let me tell you something about this guy. Jordan has always been very honest, and I've heard him on interviews, and not just mine, on interviews, on talking to just people in the audience, just at dinner or whatever. He'll be the first to tell you he is not the best vocalist.
Oh no, fuck
And
that.
he'll tell you to your face, like, hey, bro, like, this ain't my mole. Like, I play accordion,
Because
but
it goes back to me, bro. I just get on stage because it's fun. And people take that shit too serious. And let's face it, dude, if you're at Tejano, get a goddamn job because it's not 1990s. And you know,
Jordan, I don't think we're trying. I don't think we're trying to make it like the 1990s. Like, if we keep doing that,
no, because
we
then the
just
Dallas
we're not.
Cowboys would win a Super Bowl.
Chinga, why you gotta bring up old shit?
Because,
like that?
bro, I'm
You're a
heartbroken
Cowboys
as a
fan,
Cowboys
right,
fan.
Sobe?
You too?
I'm a Cowboys
I'm a
fan.
Cowboys fan. I'm just saying, bro, like, it's depressing. Both.
It's like you just keep losing over and over again. You guys need a bottle of Quita Penas. Well, Kelly Delgado, it's funny that you say that Because
We got it.
we got it right here. What do you mean do we need a bottle of Quita? We got a bottle of Quita Penas right here. And before they leave, I got them. Don't worry about it. We got you. You know, speaking of Tejano music, brother, I want to give you some consejos, right? Some things. And me and you have had some deep conversations, right?
And look, before you do that, I just want the people to know that Bumper was, when my dad died, this fool was number one. This dude right here. Him and the guy that brought me, his name's Roland Morin. And these guys, I'm a 30-year-old man, so, I mean, every man still always needs his father, right, or his mother. And thank God I got mine. But to have someone like you and Roland step into that spot, anything you guys ever tell me is something that's very near and dear to my heart. So that way, just people don't get shit twisted and start thinking like, oh, he's pissed off why Bumper's telling me. No, it's never that, because whenever my dad died, bro, it was if you weren't on my cell phone, Roland was. And if Roland wasn't, you were there. And so I just want to make that clear so people know that relationship that we have, to where that way they know how I look at you and any of that type of stuff.
Put that comment right now on the screen. Right now. Put that comment on the screen right now. Renee Olguin. Check this out. Tell me why I have Bumper's Wacky Wednesday blasting on my phone in the delivery room. The first voice my kid is going to hear is Bumper.
Hey, congratulations.
That's a first right there. Hell yeah,
Congratulations.
right there. We got a shot coming for you, man.
Prayers for safe delivery.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome, man.
Bendiciones.
That's awesome.
Johnny will sing you a song here in a second for that delivery.
So Jordan, back to what I was telling you. Look, man, when you have the band and you guys are rocking, I've seen you in Ohio, I've seen you in Milwaukee, I've seen you at Fanfare, I've seen you everywhere but West Texas. To be honest, I've never gone to West Texas.
Excuse me.
You always rock the show. You always put on a great show. What I need you to do is be Jordan. Get your shit, make music. Same three things that we talked about at the beginning of the show. Don't worry about what fucking people say. Make fucking music and make some fucking money. That's it. Gigs. That's it. Like everything else will come around.
And it's not even the money, bro. I mean, that's what I have a company for, right? And so, I mean, I'm sure Johnny can vouch for me. As long as I'm taking care of my guys, I don't care, man. As long as my guys are paid and they're happy, and a lot of times they're not happy, but they still get paid. It's not about the money for me on stage, man. Of course, no one wants to go fucking lose money either. But as long as I'm breaking even, man, it's fun to me. It's fun to be on stage. And it's fun to play the accordion. Like you said it a while ago, like I fucking hate my vocals. But it's fun for me to play accordion. I love playing accordion, bro. I've done it since I was 3 or 4 years old. And so it's fun for me. But that's why I said when Johnny...
Anthony Delagar's is coming.
When Johnny came in, bro, I'd look at Johnny and I'd go like that to the mic. And I was just back there jamming, bro. And this dude has a voice of an angel. You know that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting there jamming and he's going... This fool, you're stupid.
Oh, hell no, right there. Check that out right there.
Hey, you know what though, man? I want to send a shout out to Anthony, man. That's one of my boys right there, and you know that's a prime example of he's a prime example of not giving a damn what people think. You know, everybody knows he was with AJ Castillo and they were doing their thing there, and you know he left that to go to Garcia Brothers. And I'm not going to lie, dog. I'm not going to lie. I had never noticed how busy Garcia Brothers were, bro, until Anthony played with them. And this fool's over here.
Garcia Brothers play every week.
They work.
Yeah,
they,
bro.
they,
They work 2, 3, 4 times a weekend,
Look,
bro.
I'm not throwing. I love the Garcia Brothers, but the only problem I have with Garcia Brothers is like, I want to hear the songs. I hear more music. Sometimes I hear more music than the lyrics, right? And then when I hear the lyrics, I'm like, right? But I love the Garcia Brothers, man. You have some steady viewers tonight, man, on YouTube and
you know why?
and Facebook. Well,
because Tejanos love to hear other Tejanos talk shit.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's all it is.
The TMZ. Me and Joey Jimenez almost started a channel, and we were gonna call like the TMZ of Tejano.
Just call it the JMZ.
Yeah, but I don't do drama, bro.
You know what they say? Give the people what they want.
Negative people draw negative people, and I try to stay positive in everything that we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter how hard you try, bro. It's
They're giving Johnny a lot of props, man. Johnny has a shitload of words of wisdom. He said 2 sentences all night. No, hey Johnny, before we start getting here toward the end, what do you think? What do we need? What do we need to get put a little firecracker in our industry right now? Because I don't want to say revive because it's not dead. I don't want to say like the 90s because it's not going to be the 90s. What do we got to do to stir the pot and get it bubbling again?
I mean, I always base it on the content, the actual songs themselves. We don't have really good songs that are, at least I haven't seen any, you know, like there's not a lot of good material that's being given to artists. So
as far as song
selection, songwriters, yeah. And maybe it's because what we touched on earlier is that they don't want to give it, you know, those songs to the smaller groups.
Right.
Maybe they're just trying to give it to the bigger groups so they can, this is what I want you to record. This is the one song I think is going to be good for you guys. I wrote it thinking of you guys. So they want the artist to release it so they can get their streams, their downloads, their airplay, all that good stuff. A band like, you know, Asalto, for example, if they don't have that much airplay, if they don't have that much streams, it's going to be hard to get quality music from anybody.
See, but Johnny, back in the day, how true is it? And I'm asking a serious question. Like back in the day, and maybe even now, with these terrestrial radio stations, it was. I've even heard this. Lalo Reina told me this. He's like, bro, money fucking talks in the radio industry. Like you can pay this much money, and you know, you see artists walk in throwing thousands of dollars down. Like, hey, I need my song here. Was that shit really true back then? Like, is that what happened?
I don't know, bro. I was in the Marine Corps. I just.
What do you know about that, Johnny?
Well, that's what I touched on earlier about the companies who gave you all this money. You did what you needed to do with it. You recorded your songs. You paid your studios. You recorded your videos. You paid for your promotional trips to go visit. You know, you go to Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, the Valley, and then you go to Lubbock. And then if you want to go do tours in Mexico, you do tours in Mexico. And you visit all these stations and you hit it hard and you promote it.
The record company's paying for
But the record company was paying for all that.
So it didn't matter what venue you were going to and what they were paying you because it was already paid. Kind of like what Azteca does with.
But I'm not talking about venues. I'm talking about they give you money to record and promote.
Like hey, here's 15 grand. You got to make this an album, right? But
That's
I mean, they don't give you nothing for free. They're gonna, you know what I mean. In return,
we don't have that anymore.
We don't have that.
We don't have that. Like, a lot of people are doing stuff out of their garage, and I get it. There was a lot of comments like. So a lot of the Ray Talamantes, he had a good one. Like, hey, spend some money on some production, on some lighting, like make it a show. You know what I mean?
Todo cuesta, papa.
Todo cuesta. The only thing I'll say is to people who own clubs. I don't know what the law or what the rule is nowadays, but I really think we need to find a way to let minors back in. I know both of you raise your eyebrows right now.
Well, some do.
No.
I was fixing to say.
Not all of them.
But hold on, what do you mean by minors? Are you talking about 18 and over?
I'm talking about
18 and
teenagers, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 with a big old black X, eating a pickle and popcorn and drinking a big red, jamming out to Asalto.
And then
why?
falling asleep on the chairs.
You're right. But why? Because that's how they get to know the music, right? Like they get to see the show. If we keep them out of the thing, well, shit, how do we expect them to be fans if they only can see you at fanfare, chingo de gente?
But they want to have to be a part of it too. I mean, okay, let's take. How old is Jacob?
Jacob's 9.
How involved is? How much do you walk in on him playing Tejano music?
All the time.
Exactly why.
Because he
also accepts it.
Because he drills it into. But yeah, Bumper drills it into his head.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But then because you have TikTok, like my nephews. They travel with me. Johnny's seen how they're my roadies. You know, I pay these kids. They're, you know, my other one. Shout out to Jace Rodriguez and Snyder. Happy birthday, son. I love you. I hope you have an amazing 15th year and just keep being the amazing young man that you are, man. I love you.
Saludos to Juan Matus, watching from Guadalupe, Arizona. Simplified, brother. Thank you for watching. Let me see. There was another shout out to Fred Cortez from Cotula, Texas. Some girl named Stacy Rodriguez. I don't know if you know her, but she's on here. Yeah, we'll skip her. Jojo Obregon. Shout out to Jojo. BJ De Leon. Irene Mendoza. Erma Rodriguez. You might know her. Irene Mendoza, Roland Cuellar, Money Talks, baby. Carlos Alarco, saludos. Norma Salazar, watching from the Midwest. And our good friend, Mr. Jonathan Espinosa. That guy's been working hard lately. I've been following him on social media.
Bro, that
he's
song,
got a lot of
song
stuff.
that I showed you right before we started.
That's him?
Jonathan and I wrote that together.
Yeah.
We've actually written
He
two
needs
songs.
a barber, though, neta.
Yeah,
He needs a barber. Jonathan, if you're watching, I got some barbers in Florida. I got some friends, some camaradas. They might hook you up. I mean, I need a barber too right about now.
Same.
Now, Jordan, I really think a lot of people thought, you know, with the flyer, you know, you want to come out and start guns blazing. But I think I know you more than a lot of people, and I know you. At the same time, you're gonna be professional. Yeah. I appreciate that because again, Bumpers Wacky Wednesday is not about drama, bro. I love anybody and everybody that has to do with the industry. There's some people that I can do without, but you'll never know.
Thank you, Bertha.
I will never tell you that. Like Jordan, no, man. No, man, but honestly, man, if I hit the lottery, Jordan, I'll freaking promote you.
Thank you.
Here you go, dog. Hit the lottery tonight. So 143 million or
that guy
something.
Fred Cortez is a barber, so send Jonathan his way.
There you go. We got to take care of him.
God, dude, I used to deliver oil to that place. Oh God.
Where?
Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Whenever I was running oil, bro.
That's where the aliens are from.
No, it's not.
That's Roswell.
Where the
Same shit. Roswell.
Carlsbad, Roswell.
Saludos to Gilbert Garcia watching in San Marcos, Texas. There are plenty of Tejano stations, just need support, that we can support more bands. Merry Cruz. Thank you. Jordan is a home wrecker. I love it.
So, Laura, here's the thing. The reason Laura's saying that is because...
I know that guy. I don't know the girl, but I knew the guy that...
So, here's the thing, man. You know, when Eddie met me, whenever we made the No Quiero Verte Eat video at his house, it was instant love. He instantly fell in love with me, and Laura just couldn't take the truth. She couldn't handle what was going on. And so ever since then, she calls me a homewrecker because Eddie saw me walk through the door, and
it was over. It was love at first
He's
sight.
infatuated with you.
It was done.
So we might have 2 babies born on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We got our good friend from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right? Vanessa Salinas Sanchez. She about to pop.
Oh,
she said right here. She's like, hey, I'm about to pop, but I'm watching. She goes, I'm ready to pop, watching Bumpers Wacky Wednesday.
That's how you done?
2 babies born.
Jordan.
Hey, bro.
Jordan.
Wow, Laura. Saludos to Maria Luera watching from Ohio, home of the Buckeyes.
Jesse Maldonado said, I thought Jordan was going to go Cat Williams, man. Let's just say that I got a phone call from someone that I respect near and dear to my heart.
Okay, so before you leave, one question I do want to ask you, and I respect everybody in that camp, so I'll throw that out there right away. But you were one of the first artists signed to JT Entertainment, the Jesse Turner Entertainment that now has Jennifer Pena. It has
Nathan Acosta.
Nathan Acosta. What's his name? Ayala.
Fidencio.
Fidencio doesn't have no more. No Fidencio.
Let's just say that other artists don't announce when they.
Okay, so real quick for your fans, was that just one day you just say, you know what, man, this you're gonna do your own thing?
Things are not what they seem. End of story.
Like that.
That's all I'm gonna say. I got told by my attorney I can't talk on that. But just things aren't what they seem, man. People aren't who they portray themselves to be. And I refuse to be part of anything like that. And like I told you, man, I stay true to myself. I don't need the riches. I don't need the fame. I'd rather have my integrity and who I am than to have anything else. But you know, I don't have anything against the camp. You know, I'll Snapchat with George. You know, I'll comment on Ruben's stuff. You know, we'll talk. You know, Mario's part of that camp now, and me and Mario, we've been friends ever since he signed Asalto to Baby Grand Records. Mm-hmm. I don't have anything against that camp. There was issues with people that run that camp that I wasn't happy with, and I just pulled away. It was the best thing for me and Asalto, and I ran with that and left it there, man. You know, just all I can say to other artists that are coming up in the industry, beware of who you work with, and just know that not everybody has your best interest in mind. And just watch your own back, because no one gives a shit what you're going through. No one gives a shit how they screw you. And just push forward for yourself and bet on yourself. And like I was once told, the one that matters is number one, and that's you, yourself. And that's all I'm going to speak on that right there, man.
On my side, on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday side, like, I get that. That's your personal, right? Because you had that personal thing going there. For me, I kind of like where it's going. Like as a fan.
Yeah.
As a Tejano fan, I love what Jesse's doing, and he's to me, it's trying to put a firecracker and make it start bubbling again in la onda, right? And I'm all for it. If you're finding a way to do that, let's continue to do that. But I wanted to ask you, because I know people are going to mess with me like, Bump, you didn't. Well, I asked them, and that's a professional answer.
Man, I get messages all the time, man. You know, they've reached out. They reached out to my buddies. Never mind, I won't even say their name. And they reached out to me, and they asked me my experience, and me being close buddies within their band from Houston. I told them my experience, and I'm just not going to be here to partake in bullshit. You know, so that's kind of where that goes, man. I'm not a false promise kind of guy. I'll just stay where I am.
And so, where can we see Grupo Asalto here in the next couple of weeks, man?
Shoot, man. There's a bar there in Snyder. We'll be there the next 10 weeks in a row. Just play, man. So we'll be in Houston Friday. We're gonna be there at the Cook-Off Tents at Energy Stadium. We're gonna be playing for the Tejas Cookers right around the corner from the Homeboys and Mike and Iconics are playing there Saturday, right?
Yeah, and I think Chente, is gonna be out there.
Ladez.
Chinga Tejano on the ghetto over there, man.
Bro, it's gonna be pretty good, man. Sunday we're gonna be at the Cruisers Car Classic Show in Lubbock, Texas at the Prima Vista. March 9th, we have a private that we're playing in San Angelo, Texas. And then Fanfare, we're going to be here, Fanfare, man. We're going to be doing Fanfare March 14th?
Something like that.
So we're going to be doing Fanfare March 14th, 10 to 11 p.m. On stage 2. And then Friday, you know DJ Smoke?
Yeah,
he does a salute to the
salute
veterans.
At the VFW.
Yeah, at the VFW. We were there last year. And
something on the river, right?
Tejanos on the river, or something like that. We're gonna be closing out that show Friday night, man. So that one's for a good cause. You guys come out to salute to the veterans, hosted by DJ Smoke at the VFW on the River Walk. I don't know the address or anything like that.
It's Post 76, the oldest post in Texas, the biggest white house on the river. It's a boy. You think I'm a member or some shit over there?
That's nice.
You know what, Jordan?
And then Saturday, man, we're Chris Dominguez, Los Lost Boys. He started that new Tejano.
Oh yeah, radio. he's gonna do the Tejano radio thing, right?
I saw you on that flyer. And he reached out to me, and Asalto will be.
They'll be on the show soon. The Lost Boys.
Be there.
And speaking of on the show soon, next week, ladies and gentlemen, live here from the Wacky Wednesday. Hey, that's a great view right there, Eddie. Live from the Wacky Wednesday studio, we're gonna have the hottest conjunto in the industry right now from the 956. They're going to be in the building. The Delta Boys are going to be here doing their San Antonio radio tour, and they're going to end it that night right here with Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. They promised to bring the bajo and the acordeon, and that's all they need. If you guys love conjunto, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, if you have never heard of the Delta Boys, you guys are in for a treat next week, right? It's gonna be off the chain, man. Off the chain. We got a lot of people coming up in the next couple of weeks. We got DJ Kane's coming. I mean, we got quite a bit of shows coming your way. But one more time, Eddie, the flyer, por favor. Guys, all my friends, all people, 100 and some people on YouTube and 260 people on everybody watching. The play right now in your calendars. I don't care if you get off the view. Put it in your calendar. March 27th, Little Woodrow's on Babcock, 2535 Babcock Road here in San Antonio, from 8 till about 10-ish. We say, we don't know when we might get Mike G and the guys some tequila. Once you get in some tequila, they're ready to rock and roll. But it's going to be Bumper's Wacky Wednesday 4th year anniversary special. The last 2 years for year 2 and year 3, I had Michael Salgado bless us with his presence. He so happened to do the second and third.
Do you have
year.
any thoughts of anybody else that may show up there?
Dude?
Any thoughts?
I would think.
I know a guy.
I would think Johnny would be there.
I'll be there.
Signing autographs.
Signing autographs. You know, if
don't know that anybody
shout out
wants
to
an
my good
autograph,
friend
but-
Mr. Joey Rodriguez. I'm sure David Lee will be out there. All the musicales. Just all my friends, dude. Grupo Moneda, like all my friends here local. Dude, I don't want to start naming names because then you forget somebody. Like I'm not going. But they'll all be there, man. And if you come from out of state, shit, I'll buy you a shot.
Don't forget to mention the open bar.
Oh no open bar. It's open to the public and it's a bar, but it's not open bar. But it's gonna be a great time, man. It's gonna be awesome, dude. Jordan, you showing up? Mike Gonzalez said, "Who,
Man,
Jordan?"
I want to send a shout out to Mike, man. I always tell Mike that I enjoy what he does because he's a he does it at a better level than I do because Mike's a really chill guy, but honoring his father playing that music, man, that's something that's very hard to do, bro. Because I get up when I play songs on stage that I used to play with my dad, bro. It's tough on me, so I can only imagine Mike doing that tribute all night. Can we do a shot for Mike? Can we do a shot?
Oh, damn.
If you guys go back to the first Asalto video, you'll notice that Jordan Rodriguez doesn't drink alcohol, but lately he's got whiskey at his house, and he bought a what do you call the when you made it? Eddie, help us out here. You haven't said nothing all night. What do you call it? My wife bought me one, but I got drunk with Vicente, and the blanket tipped it over and it broke. When you make it in life and you take your bottle and you pour it in the clear one.
an old fashioned.
No way. The bottle, the big bottle that holds like liquor. Like when you see the cartel movies, they don't pour it out of a bottle of Bucanas. They pour it out of like a big. What do they call those?
I don't know what it's called.
We don't hold liquor at the house. Once it's gone,
You-
it's gone.
Somebody help us out. What do you call the big clear thing that you put liquor in to drink, and you don't know what you just pour it out of the? It's called a flan decanter. Who is that? Eric Angela Gassa, thank you, pinche.
You just won yourself a free Bumpers Wacky Wednesday t-shirt.
I want to give a shout out to a few people who've been talking mess, but in a good way.
Not yet. This shot is for you two because I already drank a lot of it.
Oh gosh.
But Jordan, we're not sponsored by Quita Penas, but I've noticed that Quita Penas has been becoming very popular on my feed. And it's thanks to Cari Carina, who brought me my first bottle. And every artist that's on here, they've gone to buy their bottles, and everybody goes to Mexico. All my friends, they bring me back a bottle of, and this is what it looks like, guys, right here. Quita Penas, right here. Crema tequila. All right. So for you to take the shot, Johnny, Jordan.
Hold on, look.
What?
Bro, this means a lot to me. I have been on stage with him before,
Okay.
but Mike Gonzalez said, Jordan, make sure to show up March 27th to do a song with us.
But you're gonna be in Vegas, vato. But you can do it. Leave from San Antonio.
I could.
You could.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do. I've played with Mike before. You know what, bro?
Boy.
Hey, the first show that you ever brought us to San Antonio, you remember that at right there off of 14 in Ingram, Desperados.
Okay.
Remember,
Yeah.
I played accordion with Mike that night.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
man.
That's right.
Mike, nothing but love for you, brother. Thank you for everything.
This
dog, all the
tequila,
time.
this tequila shot right here is for Jordan and Johnny to much success with Grupo Asalto. Shit, wrong thing. All kinds of stuff. It's
all the same.
Success to you guys. All I need you to do is when you take the shot, because Quita Penas pays me money for this.
Okay.
I need you guys to look at the camera while you're taking the shot, so people can see that you guys don't make a face.
What,
All right.
looking at that camera?
So, yeah, right here in the middle.
Okay.
Pa arriba,
Pa arriba.
pa abajo, pa el centro, y pa dentro.
oh, wow.
Bro.
What is that?
Bro.
Got another two right here, baby.
Jesus.
We got another two right here.
What is that?
It's tequila.
That's
but let
not
me see
tequila,
the-
bro.
Let me see that.
Jesus. I'm saying, I mean, I know it's tequila, but come on, bro.
It doesn't even cost that much
Where do
money
you get this at?
in Mexico.
Wow.
You only can buy it in Mexico.
You can't get it here.
No, you cannot
How
get it
did you
here.
get this?
People, when they go to Mexico, they call me, and I got to describe. I already have it saved as one of my favorite pictures because I sent it to them. And
This is what
I got it for you. But
Wow.
I got some bottles that are not even here. They already made it to the States.
And I'm not a drinker, bro. I'm not a drinker. I don't.
Saludos to some Mart Fabula. Nah, that's me, puro fan, but I'll talk to shit.
Hell yeah, Mark.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, we had an amazing audience tonight. Like just amazing. And literally, I could sit here with this fool and talk another 2 hours, but he has some prior engagement. I think he has another radio interview to do at 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
Party 98 or some shit. I don't know.
I gotta go tighten up some loose ends, man.
So before I let you guys go, one thing again, guys, don't forget March 27th. I'm hope to see both of y'all there.
Yeah.
It would mean the world to me. March 27th, Little Woodrow's, 8 to 10. It's going to be the biggest show we've ever done. It's going to have a live audience. It's just going to be off the chain.
When is it?
March 27th.
Look, I'll do you one up. I promise you, I'll be here.
Oh.
Damn.
I promise you, I'll be here.
Okay, hell
I
yeah.
can make
That's
some
what I'm
things
talking
happen. I
about.
promise I'll be here.
Okay, man. I appreciate that.
I'm
Johnny.
it's in my calendar already.
Well, you live,
Yeah.
if you don't show up, bro, we got problems, bro. You live a block from that.
That goes to tell you how much I love you. That's a 5-hour drive, bro.
I appreciate it,
I
bro.
got you, though.
I'll definitely appreciate it.
I promise I'll be
So,
here. I'm staying at your house, though, because I can't
Jordan, I
afford
got a
hotel.
bottle. He's got a bottle there. Moses Camacho. So you're good. He's got you.
He's right in my hood, too, man.
Okay. But to everybody who watched tonight, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody watching on YouTube and on Facebook. Even though the producer didn't highlight any of the YouTube.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
try
All
calling Eddie
I
out.
didn't see it. Don't call me out, fool. I had it. All right.
I'm on my
Saludos
shit.
to everybody watching on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually, Jordan, I'm about 1,400 followers away from getting a red check mark on my Facebook. That's my goal. My goal for 2024 is to reach 10,000 followers on Facebook. It's not the Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. It's my personal one. And people get mad because it's like, I sent you a friend request. I can't get any more friends. You can follow, right? Which helps
So you
me.
need how many more?
I need 1,400 more. I think 14 or 1,200 more to reach 10,000 to get my red check mark where I don't have to actually pay for the red check mark.
Look, bro, here's
So-
what we'll do to make that happen.
What are we gonna do?
Today's Wednesday, what?
Jordan, we can't. Everybody that's already watching, they've been watching for long.
Bro, I know, but they could tell their friends because what we'll
Okay.
do is if we can make this happen by March 6th, I'll let you raffle off a free Asalto show.
If we can get to 10,000
Or I'll
followers,
give you a free Asalto show wherever you want.
you guys heard it right here. You got to help me. The Bumper Gomez, it's not the page that you're watching Wacky Wednesday. Or maybe some of you are because I shared it on Bumper Gomez. But if you're not following Bumper Gomez, that's where I post 99% of my stuff. Bumper's Wacky Wednesday is strictly for the shows. If you go through there, it's going to be just show after show after show. And the YouTube channel, Bumper Gomez as well, just show after show after show. So before I let you guys go, because I know you guys are in a rush, I'm going to start with Johnny over here. Johnny, any saludos you want to give? Any thank yous? The mic's yours, bro. We shut up.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having us again. I've been blessed to be on the show 3 times, so that's a blessing. Thanks to Jordan, and yeah, I want to give a shout out to my sons, my daughters, my wife at home. There's a couple of friends that were on here: Ralph Gonzalez, Eric Garza, Antonio, Daniel from Washington, Peter Campos, my brother Rene Sobrevilla, Grupo Espada, friends from Catula, Roger, Raul. And it's like Fred. I don't know who else was on there. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But thank you guys for always supporting Bumper. Thank you for what you do in La Onda. It's great. I love tuning in all the time. I'm a huge fan of the music as well, so I love to hear artists' insights as well. So thank you guys. Keep supporting La Onda Tejana, and we'll see you guys at the shows. We love to perform for you guys. Ultimately, it's for you. And we are truly blessed to do whatever we can do to make you guys happy and dance and drink beer. So,
And one of the best animadores. Yeah.
Hey, if he's gonna do it like that, is it animadores or animador? How would you say it?
Uno de los mejores animadores
Animadores.
de la onda.
That's what I
de la
said,
onda.
fool.
You said animadores.
Forgot the E.
You know what I meant.
Hey, but he said the word.
You know how to spell it.
Saludos to Raul Lopez from the Mike Gonzalez camp, man. All right, Jordan, the microphone is yours, which you've been waiting for all night, bro.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this.
It's all yours, brother. We'll shut up.
Man, the first shout I want to do is to my son, Caxton Rodriguez, my 3-year-old man. He's at home watching, saying, "Daddy, Daddy, say my name." And so that kid's right there, bro. He's the reason I don't care if I make it as a Tejano artist or not. I'm just happy to be that kid's dad. But I just want to send a shout out to my family, my mother back home, my brother J-Rod here in San Antonio. Shout out to my sponsors, Roland Morin and Elizabeth Morin, who sponsored this trip for me today to get here. It's truly a blessing to have you guys in my life. And shout out to any former, future, current members of Grupo Asalto that are helping me out, man. Just know that regardless of any circumstances, you guys put Asalto where Asalto was and is. And that's something that can never be taken away from me or you guys. You know, especially Mr. Aaron Holler, man. You know that when he came into the band, things changed dramatically. And not a lot of people know, man, but Aaron's never charged me 1 penny on anything he's recorded for me, man, whether it was Espero or Creonti. And so shout out to Mr. Aaron Holler, man. I hope you're doing well. And shout out to my daughters at home, Chloe Kinsley. And shout out to Tejano fans, man. Let's do better to be better together. Like I say, every night I pray to God and I look at myself and I know that in a lot of y'all's eyes, I can be a common denominator whenever there's issues arising with the band. And I take full responsibility for those things. But just know that we all grow together, we all fail together, and we all grab success. You know, don't ever be tired of trying to show who you are and what you do. Don't ever be tired of showing our kids, you know, the Tejano music culture and what we do. Like Bumper says, if we don't continue to do this, then it's never going to elevate. And so I want to be a part of that elevation if I'm blessed to be along with that journey. But you guys don't forget to it doesn't cost you $1 to share any new artist's stuff, whether there's a new song out, and it doesn't matter what it takes you just to click your finger the same way you're clicking comments or the same way that you text someone. You always have time, and don't tell me you don't have time because everybody sits down to take a shit. And so you have time to scroll on that phone so you can do that stuff. So don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the problem that you help. And so if you see it, yeah, there be a solution. Thank you, Johnny. That was great. And so
you take your phone to the shitter?
I don't.
I don't.
I do.
You sit on the toilet with your phone?
Yeah.
That's disgusting,
bro.
Who would do such a thing?
I conduct business while I'm on the toilet. There ain't no time like, Jordan, can you mow my yard? Like, I'm not going to leave my phone on the table while I'm taking a shit and people are calling me to mow their yard. I got to make $1, dog. I'm not rich like you. I don't have all 1,000 sponsors for Bumpers. Hey, speaking of that, I got a message. How does someone sponsor Bumpers Wacky Wednesday?
You just got to direct message me on Messenger, or if you know them personally, give them my phone number.
Through the Bumper Gomez page?
Yeah, Bumper Gomez, just hit me up on Messenger. If you guys are have a small business or you want to sponsor a 1 show, 2 shows, 3 shows a monthly, we do monthly packages. However you want to do it, man, we'll work with you to get your stuff out there. Jasmine says I'm a damn liar. Yeah, don't take the phone to the shit.
Oh, hey, man. So I do want to give a shout out to Wicha, Jasmine, your family, man, for always opening your door to your beautiful, beautiful home. To all the Tejano artists and everybody you bring in here, Bumper, like, for me personally, I just don't let anybody in my home. And so, you know, I know that you're just right here outside the front door, but shout out to Wicha and your girls and your family, man, that allow us artists to come into this home. You know, much respect to them. That's a lot to do, man. I'd have a hard time doing that.
No. I mean, it is tough, man. But as you can see, we're outgrowing the studio really quick. Man. I brought on before I forget.
Shout out to Eddie.
Shout out to Eddie.
Yay! I love you.
You don't have a camera for himself. I don't know why he does. He has a selfie one, but Eddie, can you at least put the selfie and say hi to your? I gained a lot of fans because I have Eddie. And it's Eddie without Laura. It's just Eddie.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it. That's what I love about it.
That's the best way.
Let's see if we can get him up.
Here,
Yay! Shout out to Eddie.
Happy belated birthday, too.
Oh, thank you, man. It was my birthday.
You ready?
It was.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Bumper. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, my boy.
Thank you guys
Hell
for tuning
yeah.
in tonight. I love you guys.
Man.
Appreciate
We
you
had
guys.
wonderful views tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Continue to support Tejano music, however way you can. Merchandise, going out to the shows, whatever the case may be. Go out there and support Tejano music. Johnny, Jordan, I wish you guys nothing but success on the road, man.
Thank you.
And remember what I said, man. The consejos that I gave you, like, just sometimes just ignore the negativity, and you know what you can do. You got a closet full of fucking accordions. You know what you can do, right? So,
Hey, speaking of that, I got an accordion raffle and a bajo raffle coming up here within next week. You want an accordion or a bajo?
hey, I need an accordion bajo dedicated here. You want to donate? You want to donate a bajo? No, it's just
Bro, and I just gave away an accordion for Christmas. You should have said something.
No, bro. I literally, I think my buddy Eddie Pettis is working on something. We're trying to get a bajo and accordion that we can leave here as people come in. I could have given you the bajo and given the accordion. We could have jammed a few songs, but it's cool.
Did you bring the accordion?
But ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget March 27th, 4th year anniversary of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. 4, baby. Hold up to 4, Jordan. Hold up to 4, John. 4-year anniversary. We've been dedicated to bringing you the best in Tejano music for 4 years. Every single Wednesday, we might have missed a few here and there because of personal reasons. I was sick or Ash Wednesday, whatever. But I try to continue to bring you the best in La Onda Tejana. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the promoters out there promoting Tejano music. All my friends, Frank Salazar, Jim Luna, Joey Rodriguez, Rudy Lopez, all these guys that are giving their all to promoting Tejano music. I appreciate you guys and having you guys as really good friends. And one more saludos to a good friend of mine, Mr. Jaime Flores. A big secret supporter of Tejano music. He's a big supporter of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, and I want to give him a personal saludos because he's helped me out so much, and he's continuing to help me to grow the show, and he does it behind the scenes and not wanting to know, but I want to give him a big thank you. So thank you to Jaime Flores. And before I forget, safe travels to my cousins who came down here, Jaime and Yolanda Aguilon from the Fort Worth area. I'm about to go drink some beer with them, but safe travels on the way back. They're not drinking and driving. I'm just saying. They're going.
Later
Safe
on the
travels.
week.
Later on.
I want to give a shout out to Chris Rosas from the Valley and Juan Trevino from Houston, Texas.
Send him a text. Juan sent you a text, right?
He did. No, Juan was commenting.
Oh,
on the
okay,
whole
my
time.
bad.
shout out to
Just
Juan.
shout out to Juan Trevino.
Yeah,
That
Juan
dude's a
Trevino.
bad dude right there. Hey, he got a new accordion.
It's
I saw it, dude, on TikTok. They gave him a brand new
nice.
accordion,
He
man.
deserves it, brother. He
Saludos
deserves
a
it.
ellos.
But no, man. Shout out to everybody who's watching from Florida. Shout out to Vidal. I just saw on there. He's on there. Everybody watching from New Mexico, Arizona, West Texas, the Midwest, California. Thank you guys so much for continuing to bless me with your presence on Wednesdays. We'll continue to bring you the best interviews in Tejano music. And just have a good time, bro. It's a live show. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to show up. Make sure you got cold beers ready to go next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I promise you. What do you think? Am I even exaggerating a little bit?
Nope.
I'm not even exaggerating, not even just a tad bit.
No.
You guys are going to be blown the F away next Wednesday, the Delta Boys, right here on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
Jordan, Johnny, thank you guys so much. Everybody,
you.
y'all have a wonderful evening, wonderful week. If I see you
Saludos.
guys somewhere, say hello. Don't forget to follow Bumper Gomez on Facebook. We're trying to get to 10K.
By March 6th.
By